So I talked to my homeboy last night. This is the homeboy, because everybody's been asking for an update, but this is the homeboy that cheated on his wife with a stud who looked like Travis Scott. Right? Now, him and the Travis Scott lookalike stud were having relations with each other, which is crazy, but they were. And then the stud that looks like Travis Scott introduced her girlfriend to my homeboy. And then all three of them started having relations with each other, right? And then the product of that is my homeboy got the stud's girlfriend pregnant. Are you caught up? Okay. So I hit him up because I haven't talked to him in a while. And I know now the girl is like, 6 months pregnant? So the baby will be here in 3 months, right? I think she's about to be 7 months. I lost track, but it's getting close to the due date, right? And so I wanted to hit up my homeboy, you know what I mean? I kind of left him alone for like the past two months, maybe 2 months and some change. But it's like it's time for me to just get an update on what's going on. So I hit him up. I'm like, hey, bro, what's going on? Casual, you know, and I didn't want to lead into you still fucking Travis Scott. You know what I mean? Like, that's a little bit abrupt. So, you know, I wanted to like lead. I'm like, hey, bro, what's up? How you been? And he's like, man, I'm stressed out. And I'm like, I can imagine, you know what I mean? So I'm thinking he's going to say he's stressed out because of having a kid on the way. No, that's not it. He said he is stressed out. Keep this. He said he is stressed out because he fell in love with a stripper. And I said, bro, wait a minute, hold on. Back up. He's married, right? I did say that he's married. And it's like, so wait a minute, you're married, you cheated on your wife with a stud, right? Then you met the stud's girlfriend, got the stud's girlfriend pregnant, you got a baby on the way, and now you fell in love with a stripper. Like, what, bro? I'm like, bro, so this is... So immediately I said, you can't be serious. And he's like, no, I am serious. And I said, how did this happen? When did you have time to lay with Travis Scott, lay with Travis Scott's girlfriend, trying to make it work? You say you're in therapy with your wife now, and then he literally said shit happens, and he's right. Shit does happen. My question is, how come this shit doesn't happen to me? Like, I mean, I was dating someone. We broke up. And I started talking to like a few other people to like ease the pain, but that didn't go anywhere. You know, rebounds don't last. And now I'm at the point where I fully want to like date, you know, like I'm talking expensive date nights, trips and everything. And this nigga got a wife, a stud, a girlfriend, and a stripper. And I'm like, guys are just so lucky, bro. Anyway, so a part of me is like, that's wrong, bro. And then another part of me is like, how do you do it? Teach me your ways. But anyway, so I don't know what's wrong with him, right? But as far as, I'm like, bro, does your wife know about this new love interest that you have? And of course he says, of course not. I said, please don't get her pregnant. And he's like, no, I got a baby on the way. That's. So I said, okay, rewind. Let's put the stripper on hold for a second. Rewind. What's going on with you, Travis Scott, and the baby on the way? And so he said, I said, no, hold on, let me slow down. I said, is the stud and her girlfriend still together? He said, yes. I said, do they still live in the same apartment and all that? He said, yes. I said, is the stud that looks like Travis Scott going to allow you to be a dad? Or is she going to try to be the dad or whatever? And he said, no. He said, me and her have been in communication with each other. I said, do you two still work nights at the warehouse situation, factory, wherever the hell y'all at? He said, no, the stud quit. And I said, that's good, because I thought that was weird, right? So he said the stud quit. He was, I said, have you been going to the ultrasounds he said he missed a few, but he tries to make it, to certain ones, like the important ones. I said, I thought that was all important, bitch, but whatever. So they got the gender reveal coming up. The gender reveal party. I asked all the good questions, bitch, by the way. So I said, is your wife going to go to the gender reveal? He said no. So I said, okay. I said, is the stud that looks like Travis Scott going to be at the gender reveal? Like, are y'all both going to be in the Burberry shirts? Like, is it going to be her standing up there with the girlfriend when they figure out what the baby going to be? Or are they going to allow you to stand up there and it's going to be both of y'all holding balloons or whatever the hell y'all going to do? And he said, Killer, why are you asking so many questions? And I really wanted to say, I have to update TikTok. But then he'll know that I'm spreading his business. So he was curious why I was trying to get all this information. And I was just letting him know, well, bro, I support you. I'm trying to be a supportive friend, so I need details. So he asked me if I was going to come to the gender reveal. Bitch, yes. Yes, of course. I am going to be in full attendance. Camera, phone out and ready to update y'all, right? So he told me that everything is good between him, Travis Scott, and the girlfriend. And he ain't going to get into details. I guess he got mad because I said who was going to wear the Burberry shirt. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So I said, sir, is the stripper going to be at the gender reveal party? And he said, oh, you got jokes. I said, well, no. I just think it's better if you keep all your hoes in check. You dig? I think it'd be better if they all know about each other and then there ain't no secrets. I said, ain't you tired of secrets? You finally told your wife about Travis Scott. So it's like, I thought you were overcoming this problem, but now you created a new one. And I really believe that we all know men think with the third one. You dig? I don't know if I did that right, but that looks, hopefully it ain't that little. I don't, whatever. We all know that men don't think with this too much, you know, maybe sometimes, but not all the time, right? So we do know that they like to think with the other one, right? And I don't know how far it's gonna go with him and this exotic dancer. But he showed me a picture of her because, you know, I like pics. He showed me a picture of her, and at that very moment I was like, I get it. I do. I didn't get the Travis Scott thing. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I thought he liked boys, you dig? Because even though she's still a woman and she has female body parts, she definitely looks just like Travis Scott. So if anyone who knows what Travis Scott looks like, Travis Scott don't even look like he could be a pretty girl. Like when you go look at his pictures and you try to say, well, what if he had a dress on and a blowout? No, bro. Like, he don't look like a pretty girl. So it's like, imagine a stud who looks just like Travis Scott. Yeah, granted, she still got a poom poom. And like I said, most guys think downstairs, not upstairs. And so he's probably thinking, I'll just turn the lights out. I'll wear sunglasses. I'll get drunk. You know, men have ways that they rationalize how they gonna smash something that's not really smashable, right? So, and this came because I got a lot of brothers and a lot of male friends, right? They will tune it out and just go with the feeling. They'll close their eyes and just go with the feeling. They're not necessarily looking at you bitches, right? So it's like at the end of the day, I was confused by him and Travis. I didn't get that. I saw Travis Scott's girlfriend. I got that. I got why he did that. I saw the picture of the exotic dancer, and bro, I was drooling. I'm like, ooh, okay. She the baddest out of all of them, even his wife, bro. And I know it ain't all about looks, that's shallow, but fuck, come on, bro. We know it's about looks a little bit. You gotta like a little bit of what you're looking at, you dig? So I'm just saying, man, my homeboy, man, he need to write a book, man. Because, anyway, drop a comment. I know he ain't shit. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying, she bad. So just drop a comment because I want to be able to I told him I was going to call him back. I needed a minute to just digest everything. So I told him I was going to call him back this weekend. So drop a comment and let me know what you want me to ask him this weekend and what you want me, or if there's any advice you want me to give him this weekend. But baby, that's your official update, man. I tried to get the best update I could. But he was being real stingy with the information. I think he's over this Travis Scott girlfriend pregnancy thing. I think he done moved on to bigger and better things. And when I say bigger and better, I mean they jiggling bigger and I'm telling you, bruh, he done moved on to bigger and better things. Now, what is his wife going to do when he tells his wife about this new love interest? I think she going to leave for sure. But I don't know, because if the baby didn't make her leave, the exotic dancer probably not gonna make her leave neither. You know, some of these women are just slow. They just stay through everything. And I don't think that that's what they meant in them vows. Like, stay through the disrespect. Stay through the outside babies. Like, it's death do us part, bitch. Somebody gotta go, and it ain't gonna be me, bitch. It's gonna be you.